The president has met with Julius Malema in Johannesburg yesterday.
I've this morning met with the president of the ANC, where we had 4 eyes. And I've expressed the wishes and the decisions of the EFF to him.
He has met with John Stesen. He's meeting with the leader of the IFP. He will meet with others that he will meet with if they deem it fit that they want to see the president. And that is what is important. We've got a negotiating team led by the Secretary General. We have met all political parties. We are not closing the door to anybody. What is discussed between closed doors, between leaders, is not a matter sometimes of public consumption, because you've got to respect each other. Those are the parameters. Because if you talk to somebody and then you then say, even before you reach an agreement, and then address the media and say, if the following do not happen, I'm not coming, and easy. So what are you trying to say? So who said that you will be engaged? We are negotiating, we are engaging with everybody, but not with the cap in the head. There's nothing we beg from the EFF, anywhere in the country. And we are engaging with them with decency. And if they treat us like as if we don't exist and we are addressed like that, we don't think that's the way for political parties to speak to each other. The ANC speaks even to a party with one man seat.
South African National Congress Party said Thursday that it had a broad agreement with the main opposition and other parties to form a coalition government and end a political deadlock after the ANC lost its 30 years majority in an election 2 weeks ago. The announcement came in the eve of the first sitting of South Africa's new parliament, when lawmakers will elect a president. The ANC needs help from other parties to re-elect President Cyril Ramaphosa for a second and final term. The ANC lost its long-held parliament majority in the May 29 vote. ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula told reporters that the main opposition, Democratic Alliance, and others had agreed on the fundamental principle of forming a government of national unity with the ANC, but he noted that final detail of agreement had not been finalized yet, so that to us represent a major breakthrough, he said. Mbalula said the framework of the agreement would likely be made public on Friday. A broad agreement was the first priority for the ANC to get Ramaphosa re-elected with the help of others. The negotiation faced a deadline to reach a general agreement because South Africa's constitution dictates that Parliament had to sit for the first time and elect a president within 14 days of the national election result being officially declared. The deadline is Sunday, and Parliament was called to convene on Friday to meet that deadline, while Mbalula named several parties that had agreed to the principles of joining the unity government. The Democratic Alliance is the most crucial. Mbalula on his Twitter account wrote that we are engaging with all parties, political parties, with decency to a point where the ANC even engages with a party with a single seat, and we engage with deference and respect. The people have spoken, and they must us, and they want us to work together. That was wrote by Secretary General of ANC, Fikile Mbalula. The ANC won the largest share of the vote in the election with 40%, and the DA the second largest share, the 21%. Together they would hold a clear majority in parliament and be able to govern and elect Ramaphosa. If that is the agreement. One of the smaller parties, the Inkatha Freedom Party, had already announced Wednesday night that it would join the unity government. The ANC, the party of Nelson Mandela, had governed South Africa ever since the end of the apartheid system of white minority rule in 1994, but it lost that dominance in this year's election in history. Change the country's politics. South Africa has never had a coalition government at national level in its 3 decades as a democracy since the end of the apartheid. Mbalula, Secretary General, had discussions with all 17 other parties that are represented in Parliament, including the smallest one with just 1 seat. They were all invited to join the unity government, he said. Some have refused. 2 other major parties, the leftist Economic Freedom Fighters and the new NK party of former President Jacob Zuma, while the leader of the ANC, have said they will not be a party of government of national unity.